Hello and welcome, Pentacast Podcast, Episode 5. Today we have Jensen, a returning member, same with Isaac, a returning member, same with Will, a returning member, and a new member. We have a new boys. His name's Chase.
Mom.
Yeah, your mom. Today we're going to talk about Far Cry 6. Sony buying a bit of Epic Games, why gaming and games in general are stale at the moment, and we'll probably talk a little about what we know about Call of Duty's, whatever CoD for 2020 is going to be. We have a few other smaller subjects mixed in there, but let's get straight into Far Cry 6. Take it away.
Alright. So we've got some details about Far Cry 6. The island is called Yara, and it's based off of Cuba, which is kind of stanky. Well, it is a good setting. It's near, which is good. The kid is called Diego, which is
we got the cover
funny.
art leaked because on the Hong Kong PlayStation, I think it was, it was in the upcoming games, which the main picture that's going around with the cover has Chinese writing, and then underneath, which at first I thought that was supposed to be a part of the cover, and it was gonna be set in like Malaysia or something, or like Bangladesh, but I realized they've already had 2 games set in goddamn that continent. So no, that's just because the screenshot is from the Hong Kong PlayStation. It's actually set in Cuba, as Jensen just said, which is very epic.
Well, like a fake version of Cuba.
Yeah. Yeah, keep going.
The weird man touching the kid is Anton Castillo, and he is the dictator. And he looks hilarious with that suit.
I think one thing I noticed is there's that little trailer you showed me where it was like where the Anton guy just lights a cigar.
Yeah.
The lighter looks sort of futuristic, which I think like a sort of like near future Far Cry game set in Cuba could be cool, but knowing that Ubisoft, it's just gonna be a general Cuban set game.
If it's like Black Ops 2 near future, then yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
But if
like
it's not Black Ops 2, if it's like Advanced Warfare, fuck off.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's more of that sort of like near future, not future, like Black Ops 2.
I kind of hate Advanced Warfare.
You're not the only one. Yeah.
But the zombies was cool. I'm not gonna lie.
It was alright.
It was alright, yeah.
But honestly though,
You might have me say it.
Far Cry 6, from what we know, actually looks kind of cool. I mean, honestly, I would rather Epic, and if you actually look at the background of the cover art, there's like a bunch of people with like flags, there's a bunch of flares everywhere, or torches. It looks like a bit of a revolution. Or some invasion or something.
Could be just
I don't know.
celebrating something, maybe.
Nah, they kind of look military.
Well-
men.
Oh yeah.
Well, you said revolution, and isn't that like part of the point of most Far Cry games? Revolution.
Well,
Another corrupt government, probably.
if it's really based like Cuba, they had a revolution.
Yeah, wasn't it Fidel Castro in the 50s? Like,
Yeah.
looking up. Honestly, though, that would be sick though. Like near future game set in Cuba, like that sounds cool.
Yeah,
But if it's just like modern day, not near future, I'd still like a game set in Cuba.
I feel about. I didn't even know what that is.
It's right near America. It's right near America.
It's in America.
Not
It's
in-
in America.
But like, I'm gonna be honest, the whole setting of Far Cry 5 doesn't really. I'm not the biggest fan of it, you know.
Dude, they should
like-
make one in Asia.
They've made 2 Far Cry games in Asia, one in India, one in Indonesia.
Wait, which one's the India one?
Far Cry 4.
Ah, it is. It is, yeah.
Wait, where's India?
What about Far Cry 3?
Yeah, that's set in Indonesia.
Ah! I like that one.
Will's just discovering everything.
I didn't know that.
Didn't know that like most of the people there had tan skin instead of like pale white.
Jesus Christ.
Just let me have this.
It's a good game though. There is one funny thing that Jensen found where it was this kid has like in his left eyebrow. Actually, I think it's his right.
It is, yeah.
In his left, he's had like a cut in his left. Oh, his right. Sorry, his right
A
eyebrow
scar.
or a scar, and so does Voss. It's conspiracy theories
And
already.
it's just circled.
Yeah, Voss is his kid.
Fuck, sexy, dude.
Voss is amazing. Best.
I need
one
more-
of the
Could you
best
imagine
characters
though?
in game history.
Could you imagine that this Diego could have actually?
They
been,
won't
like,
do
off
that.
as a kid?
If you
Like,
know
where-
Ubisoft, they kind of don't do this thing called characters in multiple games.
Sure, they don't. Unless it's Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, that's
Even
it.
then, they don't.
Or
Actually,
any
they don't.
Tom Clancy game.
Or any Tom Clancy game.
Actually, they don't in Assassin's Creed because all the games had a different different enemies and everything. So
Yeah,
and took place in different countries. So
What happened to Assassin's Creed, dude?
you got
Oh,
bad.
I deleted it.
Dude, legit went to ass cheek, bro.
It did.
What's it called? Like Valhalla or something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
Is that the new one?
that's a new one.
Yep.
Never.
they're like Vikings and shit.
Yeah.
Dude, that
I-
sounds kind of cool,
That
actually.
actually does.
I don't like Vikings. I don't like
What was the Origins? That was dumb as shit.
Hmm.
Hated
It was cool,
Origin.
but it was dumb as shit. Could not get into it.
I just played
The
the
only
original.
reason why I hated Origins is because they changed the formula of the game like almost completely.
I like Origins. That's a good zombie map. You know what, my
Honestly,
favorite.
though, talking about the formula, I really hope Far Cry 6 changes it up. Because we've had Far Cry 3's formula copy pasted for about like 3 games now.
Mm.
Actually, no, Far Cry Prime, maybe 2. Far Cry Prime will switch it up. But
But
didn't.
you know how Origins is a good map?
We're not talking about zombies, Will.
I'm saying, you know how Origins is a good map? I think that's a good way to go into Black Ops 5.
But-
Oh,
We're
Oh.
talking about that later.
oh,
When that's after the break
Oh.
and everything.
but I like Black Ops.
Alright, speaking of Black Ops, which releases games on Sony consoles, and
Oh.
speaking of Sony, Isaac, you have some news about Sony and Fortnite makers.
So, what Caleb said at the start kind of isn't right. They didn't buy Epic Games; they invested into Epic Games.
Too late. They should have invested in like late 2017. They'll be killing it.
Yeah. So basically, Sony invested $250 million into Epic Games for a 1.5% stake. For like their money and stuff from I think it's like Fortnite and the engine, the Unreal Engine 4.
Unreal Engine.
So,
That's...
Dude, I wish I had money.
but
Right. My bloody pocket.
this is where I think sort of like Sony, sure they're getting like heaps of money from that, but like I feel like they're kind of getting ripped off because so when Tencent invested $330 million in Epic Games back in 2012, they got a 40% stake with Epic valued at 125 million. And then when Sony invests $250 million,
back then it was a lot
Yeah.
cheaper to buy.
Yeah.
When
And then-
because like they weren't as big, but now they're like one of the
And
biggest
then-
biggest countries.
Sony- and then Sony investing $250 million gets a 1.5% stake with them valued at 17 billion.
I didn't understand a single word.
Yeah,
you said.
neither.
So
All I'm
pretty
thinking about
much-
now is Bitcoin.
Pretty much, they bought a lot less for more than they probably could have back in the day. But
Like
honestly,
Bitcoin.
though, the amount of money Epic Games is making,
Yeah.
1% you'd still make heaps.
Yeah.
And knowing
Too much.
Sony, like, this is like Unreal. Here's the thing: we're mainly talking about Fortnite.
Mm.
Unreal 5, I think, is a big undercard here in this deal.
Mm.
That's also a large amount of money. Unreal 5. Like, a lot.
Yep. Pretty much, it's gonna be a lot of money.
Like they'll easily make that 250 million back and make a profit out of this if they stick with it.
yeah, they
Easy.
would. Easy, bro. They would like, how quickly do you think they'll make it back though? Because like,
Do you know,
obviously they thought about this. Because like,
do you know how investments work?
yes, I do.
So pretty much, because they've got like what 1% of profit now.
Yeah.
1% of all of that profit.
Hmm.
So when Epic gets all their money in, they split off like 1% off to Sony. Sony gets that. That is a lot of money.
It is a lot of money.
Like,
And for some reason, I can't get $20.
well,
What is this bullshit?
Sony is kind of a multi-billion-dollar company.
Hmm.
Like, they have a lot of money. They're one of the biggest companies on earth, and we're
Yeah.
just average 15-year-olds.
Pretty much. It's
Like-
weird. It's kind of weird that now, like, the gaming companies are actually getting, like, closer to becoming, like, the top.
Yeah.
To
Well,
becoming the top.
some of the biggest companies now are tech companies.
Yeah. Like, it used to all be, like, food and stuff, like,
Tesla's a tech-
junk food and stuff. It probably still is. But now, like, gaming stuff is getting up there.
Yeah. Alright. So, that's all we've got to say about that, really.
Yes.
Alright. Next topic. Why are games so damn stale at the moment? Well, this is where you come in the show. We had this one I chucked in because it was like yesterday or the night before. A few of us were having a chat about like why like games like are so stale and like why we desperately need something new.
It's because everything's
yeah, I remember
reused, dude.
Yeah.
Like, actual, like, dead ass.
Like
Bullshit.
every like let's be real, Battle Royale has become like a part of CoD now.
Hmm.
Like, let's be real, Battle Royale so slowly made itself a part of CoD.
And I hate it, dude. I hate it so much.
Because as I'll say more in COD 2020, likely to have a Warzone or a Battle Royale type game.
Honestly, do you know what would be amazing?
What?
If Call of Duty just made a game just for zombies. Honestly, I'll play that. I'll buy it. $200. Fuck it.
So would no one else. Now, a few people would buy it if it was just zombies.
I'd definitely get that.
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but like you guys are like more zombies fans, where like more like
Fuck.
people like me and Isaac who like prefer like
Zombies is not
multiplayer
like
and
the
stuff.
Multiplayer and campaign.
Like most of the games.
Yeah.
I prefer multiplayer and campaign over zombies.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Like, what? Like,
I just think
I think
like
no. Think about it. Before Battle Royale was popular. What was the new flashy thing? Like, it was what's it called? Like,
Survival.
no, it was like jetpacks and
roam.
stuff. Yeah, like, I guess like before that was like open world games, probably like sort
Yeah,
of
they
in the
were-
turn of the decade. Then it sort of went to
Because
like
before that,
yeah,
Mainly survival games.
not really. I
Yeah,
think
no,
no, more like jetpacks and stuff. I would say
Oh,
that.
yeah, like
That was
advanced.
more jetpacks, and then sort of as they died out, Battle Royales came up, and now Battle Royales is probably starting to die down. What the hell's next?
yeah.
We need a genius, someone to come out and invent something new. That's why I want
There's 7 billion people on this earth. Someone do something.
someone
Please.
make something. There's so many good gaming companies. Someone do something new. Stop this continuing the trends, of adding making Battle Royales. We'll talk about an upcoming Battle Royale later on, but like.
The thing is, right, is I hate that things are getting overused all the time, but like you can sort of understand why, because coming up
people
with
still
something
play them.
new,
That's why.
yeah, it's not just people because still play them, but it's because once something becomes the norm, it's hard to get people out of the norm,
Yeah.
and it's like
Unless it's
You-
jetpacks
you
and
could-
everyone grows to
you could-
hate it in about
you could-
2 weeks.
Like you could like invest a lot of money into this one game that's completely new, an idea that's never been done before, and it's just gonna flop and not turn out on profit because people are like, oh, that's weird, right?
Yeah.
Because once something becomes normal to people, they pretty much only want to buy that once it becomes popular. And then and that's why people just keep on reusing old things, because new things is an extremely risky thing to do.
And I think
You could
especially
either make profit or make no profit at all.
yeah, especially nowadays though, like back in like
When
I guess the 2000s, a lot more companies were willing to take risks because the
Yeah.
market wasn't as saturated as it is now. Where
Yeah.
now it's a lot more risky to take risks because people like when you go through like games and stuff, you're always looking for a certain type. But when you're something new, like you don't know what you're getting into, you don't know what you're spending your money on. That's what I think. I will thank Fortnite for this. Okay, I thank you for popularizing and making companies want to make more free games. I bless. I thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Fact,
you.
fact.
Because
That's
now there isn't as much risk, but for companies, and here's the one thing that has actually damaged the market. It's now companies are even less willing to take risks because if they make this like all this money into a free game, then it flops, then you're screwed.
yeah,
Yeah, and like so now that free games are popular, a lot more popular than they used to be, it also is this making companies want to stick to the norm so they're ensured that they'll make sure that they're gonna pull a profit from your microtransactions.
So it's like if you go out the norms, you have a chance of making profit or not making zero profit whatsoever. But if you stay with the norms, you almost have 100% chance of profit. You know what I mean?
Nah.
Because people are used to it, so they'll buy it.
So I think definitely if we're gonna have a new trend, whoever popularizes it, I'm sorry, it's gonna have to be paid. I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
dude.
it has for company mindset, it kind of has to be like you have to pay. You're gonna have to pay.
You know
It
what I
needs to be
really
like a
hate?
full-scale game and not just some random.
Yeah,
little-
yeah.
It
Yeah,
needs to be a big game that
Yeah.
has effort put into it.
that's
Yeah,
why
no.
you definitely need like a bigger company to do it as well because they're more willing to put out a free game because
But also, yeah.
more people are more likely to play it.
But also, there's like no hype. I've been hyped for a game in so long, dude.
Yes.
Actually, I cannot. I hate every single game that's coming out. I'm sticking to like the old stuff, like 10 years ago.
We were all hyped every year for CoD. Now it's just like, hey, look, this new CoD.
I don't even play games for enjoyment anymore, dude. I play to distract myself. Like, damn,
Bro, same.
damn.
Like
It's just
someone.
also-
That's why we need like someone to come out and make something that's also. Here's the problem as well. Companies are looking, if they want their game to blow up, they want it to be something they can translate into an esports. Into
Yes.
esport. Because the money in esports is ridiculous.
Yes.
And people are just... And, like... That's why it's sort of hard, because everyone wants a good casual game. That's why I think... I guess the early days of Fortnite were good, because they were able to have a bit more of a casual experience, where now...
True.
It's just like...
I hate it.
Yeah. What is this? What is this trash
Then you have
sitting in
those
front of me?
sweats, bro. Then you have those sweats, Tommy, that make a Smurf account just to verse little people, bro. Like, damn. Like,
Just think,
no,
right?
just
I
stop.
think also another reason why like games are stale at the moment is because like when you're younger, you have a lot bigger imagination than what you do now. You know what I mean? So when you have a big imagination, like when you're a kid, it's a lot easier for you to get yourself immersed and involved with the game, not just playing it. You can actually be a part of it as a kid. But now, who's playing Clash of Clans?
You see the Clash of Clans
was a
start
Chase.
from Chase's mic.
It wasn't me.
No, I ain't playing Clash of Clans.
Anyway,
It was me.
yeah, but like when you're a kid, you could be like immersed. You actually become a part of the game rather than just playing the game because you
Isaac,
just have such a bigger imagination.
Isaac, I see where you're going with this. But you have to remember, when we were a kid, companies cared more about making a good product compared
Yeah.
to now.
Dude,
It's
Skylanders.
money.
Skylanders is incredible, bro.
Do you know what I hate about Skylanders? You couldn't jump. That sucks. That's why I had to add it in later.
When you have to
And
add
also,
full
the
mechanics.
pay to win, did you have that was the microtransactions before microtransactions. Skylanders, that's what started it all.
You know how much money you get them spent on that?
Dude, I spent so much. I had every single first one, they're all max level, and I still have them in the other room. We should play it.
I had every single Skylander from every
single
game. Yep. Every
Dude,
single
I can go to your house and we'll binge play it.
I don't have them anymore, man.
I hate you. I only have the first gen, bro. I have like the Spyro one.
Nah, everyone.
Was
from
that
every
the
game.
that was one of the big selling points? Was it Spyro?
Yeah, dude, that was the reason, and then they just drifted off.
Yeah.
God, I hate money.
Alright,
I'm a communist.
let's take a break. We'll be back in very quick. So, fellas, we are back. Podcast back. We're going to talk about, apparently, Nvidia apparently is now worth more than Intel. This is kind of big
Forgot
good
to
news.
take a shit.
Are you kidding me?
I'm arguing with Isaac.
Alright,
Alright,
just go,
No.
go. We'll keep going.
I can hold on.
What did he say?
Oh, don't stress.
Doesn't matter, dude. I'm holding on. Continue.
Alright, so apparently Nvidia now is like, if you had to buy both companies, Nvidia would now be more expensive, pretty much, and it is worth more. It makes more money now, which kind of makes sense because everyone wants Nvidia graphics cards. But you could argue the same. Everyone wants Intel as well. But
Intel CPUs, but not graphics cards.
yeah, of course. But I think honestly, this is kind of event. This was bound to happen. You know, Nvidia has been doing well for ages now, years, and eventually they were going to pass Intel. But like, I think more people know what Intel is than Nvidia. Let's be real.
True, yeah.
Like if you go up to say, like if I went up to say my mum, she wouldn't have a clue what Nvidia is.
It's a mom.
She would know what Intel is though.
Oh.
The thing is like there's literally only like basically only two graphics cards manufacturers, which is Nvidia and AMD,
Yeah,
and that's like it.
Apple uses AMD because they're stanky.
Yeah, and like AMD is all right, but like
It's
everyone
just not
loves-
Nvidia.
Yeah, it's just not Nvidia.
And also, Nvidia has GeForce experience, which is amazing.
I hate thoughts.
I agree.
Go to your toilet.
I'll do that later.
It's got like 3 or 4 topics to talk about.
Yes.
Now we gotta restart.
No, we don't.
Okay.
Alright, so honestly, Nvidia is better than Intel. Changed my mind. If I had to pick which one to delete, I'll delete Intel, even though they're both really important and both really cool. Call of Duty 2020. It's being made by Treyarch because I think it was last year or the year before, Sledgehammer got popped and dropped down the drain, and pretty much Treyarch is making this year's Call of Duty. We're back to the two companies, Infinity Ward and Treyarch, making it. Sledgehammer, they did okay. They helped. I know they mainly got in to the circle of CoD by helping make Modern Warfare 3 after Infinity Ward kind of fell apart because of arguments with Activision, and then they went on to make goddamn, what's it called again? Guys who made Titanfall.
Titanfall's
Respawn.
a good.
Yeah, guys who made Respawn. They're the old Infinity Ward boys, and now Infinity Ward's still doing really good. So, yeah. But Sledgehammer, after helping with Modern Warfare 3, big time after that game nearly fell apart, got in the cycle of COD development and made Advanced Warfare and World War II, widely known as two of the worst CODs ever. I guess.
And also MW remastered.
Actually, yeah, they did. No, that was Raven and Infinity Ward. I'm pretty sure.
Never mind.
Can I interrupt with some amazing news on Valorant?
Yes.
Ignition Act 1 is out. It's a End of Flame collection with
Oh yeah,
some
no, I already saw
fucking
that.
dragon skins.
Yeah, no.
I saw something about that. Looks cool.
Shit over it.
Yeah. Alright. So,
$50.
alright, that's the story why Sledgehammer's not making this year's COD. Now Treyarch is. Treyarch made all the Black Ops games and World at War, and I'm pretty sure they might have done like COD 1, 2, or 3. One of them. I think it's on 2. They did. I don't know. But I think we all know that Treyarch's sort of fallen off after Black Ops 2, which was an amazing game. Black Ops 3 was had good zombies. That's pretty much it. And that's pretty much it. And then Black Ops 4, same thing. Zombies was and the rest of the game was just utter terrible. It was atrocious. They added Battle Royale, got rid of the campaign. It was stupid because Black Ops has the best campaign, except for Black Ops 3. That was the worst in the franchise by far.
Tringle boom.
Tringo boom. It's the only thing anyone knows for Black Ops 3 campaign is Tringo boom. And then you got Black Ops 1 and 2, iconic campaigns, and are widely regarded as the two best campaigns in COD. Which I agree with. But this year's COD is apparently supposed to be going back to sort of the Black Ops 1 roots. And it's apparently, there's a lot of rumors that it's going to be called Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. No, it's not Black Ops 5. It's Black Ops Cold War. Which is the dumbest name, and honestly, almost rivals calling two games in the franchise Modern Warfare.
True, yeah.
Just call it Black Ops 5, please.
So then now everyone has to go Modern Warfare 2019 or Modern Warfare whenever.
I don't call it Modern Warfare 2019, I just say COD 4 and Modern Warfare. It works. I prefer doing that. COD 4 is the OG one. Modern Warfare is the new one. But yeah, now we got Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War.
Yeah, dude, great.
Why can't we just have Black Ops 5? Just call it Black Ops 5. More people will buy it if it's called Black Ops 5. Because, yeah, they just will. And you can still make it set in the Cold War. It's not like a Black Ops game's ever been... The first Black Ops game was set in the Cold War. And the second one as well, for like half of it was. Like, you can still call it, like, set it in the Cold War and call it Black Ops 5.
Black Ops 1 kind of jumped a lot.
That was Black Ops 2. Black Ops 1 did as well, actually.
It went, like, back in time as...
Yeah, it went to goddamn Bay of Pigs, and then it was like
Yeah.
the goddamn
You go to Vietnam, you go to
Vietnam.
Black-
The Vietnam section of that game was sick.
World War 2 or World War 1?
It wasn't either. Oh yeah, it was World War 2. Go back, don't you? It's
Reznov.
playing as Reznov, yeah. No, it was after World War 2. It was after World War 2. No, I remember it because
It's just that time, it's fine.
yeah,
You're in the same time.
yeah. Honestly though, apparently if it's gonna be Cold War, apparently some of it's gonna be set in Russia, and yes, they're gonna do Battle Royale. Apparently the Battle Royale set in Russia. Can we just have a Battle Royale in Vietnam? That would be amazing.
How about we just don't have a battle royale?
Yeah, I'd be fine with
Yeah,
that.
I'd be fine with that as well. But if they're gonna make Battle Royale, we've already
Just
got one.
replace it with zombies.
Yeah,
Yeah, what do we-
they're having zombies as well.
I want zombies.
They ended the Ultimus and Primus, so they got rid of. That means
Transit's gone and Richtofen's gone.
so the original crew from Black Ops 1. So that means Nikolai, Dempsey, Takeo, and Richtofen. Their storyline's gone. They've finished.
They'll probably
it.
make a new one then.
No, but they're the four favorites, bro. And then whenever there's a female in it, they all suck.
Yeah, I know.
Transit suck.
Their
The
storylines ended. They finished it in Black Ops 4.
good. I mean, no, not good.
They've
They can't drag out a story forever though.
They might do a prequel, maybe. I
They're all
don't know.
dead.
I'm not
They're all
sure.
dead.
Is there
yeah,
room for a prequel, Chase?
yeah,
Uh,
there is.
Yeah, you can just play as the original, the Ultimus, which is the
Like when they all were insane.
yeah, when they were all crazy and just started like fighting zombies and they had no depth of characters at all.
Yeah,
And they
I
would
guess you could do that.
Who you
But it
play.
wasn't as cool as the Origins.
Yeah.
The premise is the Origins people.
It would be cool
Mm.
if they. Alright,
Black Ops 3.
back to the Battle Royale. If they're gonna put it, why would they put it in Russia? We've already got a Battle Royale in Russia. It's called Warzone.
That's true, but
Yeah,
where else are they gonna put it?
Vietnam.
Oh yeah, but I don't think people would like
No, I
that.
just
Yeah, which
wanted
would be-
it to like,
But maybe
shit.
no, maybe if they put in like Saigon or something, that could work.
Mm.
Like in this, like a Vietnamese city,
Yeah, actually, the city would be good, but the other bits would be really annoying. Like
like
just how
in the
it-
jungle.
how it
Maybe
feels.
maybe a little bit of a jungle area, but like
Yeah.
not too much
Just
because
make the Fortnite layout, bro.
we have like a goddamn desert next to us, goddamn snow.
Yeah,
There's a tiny bit of green that separates it.
pow, perfect map design.
Big brain map design from Fortnite Battle Royale.
What do you think is gonna happen with the campaign though?
Yeah, honestly, go for a new story and maybe just throw in a couple of references to Black Ops 1 and 2. Don't
Yeah,
attach it to Black Ops 1 and 2 because if they're gonna set it in the Cold War, I know they're going. Actually, no, it'd be cool. Woods in between.
Yeah.
After the spoilers for Black Ops 1, but when he gets tackled out of the window, like woods after that.
Yeah, because he reappears ages ago. He goes missing, and then you find him in Black Ops 2 in the little
Yeah.
thing. After he's been captured, so maybe that you can see him in that little area where he gets captured.
Yeah, something like that. But honestly, maybe add that on as like a bit of a side. Maybe like you know in Black Ops 2 they had the side missions as well. You could do.
Yeah.
Like maybe add Woods' story as that would be sick. They did that, and then have a standalone story that's this about a
Or-
soldier.
Have it like Black Ops 1 where you kind of jump around.
Yeah.
And
Then again, no, because it's probably the same time period. If they did that, they'll just be like, "Oh, they
they
copied Black
call
Ops
it
1."
Cold War. They kind of have to stick with the Cold War.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm gonna wait till more information comes out. I hope the campaign's good. If it's terrible, which I'm not gonna be surprised if it will be.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't trust Treyarch after Black Ops 4. Something's off with Treyarch, I reckon. I think Infinity Ward's got it back together after they hit their stint, but something's up with Treyarch.
Or maybe they just have a clean slate and they'll do something good for once and try new stuff.
Hopefully.
I doubt it.
It's Treyarch here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of have.
I mean, Treyarch sort of like they've made two futuristic sort of games the past two, and one was straight up terrible, and the other had the worst campaign, really good zombies, and meh multiplayer. That's Black Ops 3, by the way.
By the way,
Speaking of futuristic games, we have another epic transition for the boys. The next game we're going to talk about is Ubisoft's new Battle Royale Hyperscape,
oh yeah,
which low key looks kind of cool. I've heard it's not bad. I've heard actually some really good positive feedback. I think it's maybe tomorrow in Australia it's available, and if it is, I know
this
I'm
is the
doing
12th of July.
Yeah, 12th of July. I saw that.
Yes.
Only problem, it's on Uplay. So basically, from what I've seen, Hyperscape looks like a sort of futuristic battle royale that's really fast paced, and I want that. Battle royales, the biggest complaint is it's boring and running around doing nothing for half the game. This game apparently solves that. Yeah, everyone's burnt out in battle royales, aren't they?
Yeah, no one fucking likes Battle Royale, dude.
I mean, I'm gonna give it a shot because it might be okay. But if
Yeah.
I don't want a battle royale feeling from it.
I never liked the too much RNG. Is what I
Yeah,
didn't like
definitely.
in battle royale games.
That's why like honestly, if they
Just
make it so the weapons are done so it's not random, like somehow, like it's not as RNG as it could be. Maybe if they do it so I don't know.
Or just like things that are really annoying as well are just they have to have it well balanced and make the guns even. So if you want to use this gun, it's still gonna be alright if you want to use this gun, but you'll still be able to kill a guy with this gun.
Yeah. From
If
what
he
I've
has
seen,
a
what I've
certain
seen
gun-
as well, the combat looks like kind of tight, like
Yeah.
tight combat, which I'm down for that.
balance the guns so that you can use every type. Like you can use a semi-auto or a sniper or
Yeah,
like a shotgun.
and
or a
make this
full auto
and
shotgun.
make the snipers good for trick shotting because this game looks golden for like just
Yeah.
doing stupid trick shotting.
And the most important, make it fun.
I haven't
Fun.
even seen it yet. I don't even know. Like,
It looks fun.
I don't even know what it looks
like
like.
abilities and shit.
I think there might be. I'm not sure.
Is there building materials?
Is that building material?
Can make
Like,
walls, I'm pretty
I'm
sure.
not playing.
Looked at the trailer.
It looks.
Is it
good.
actually building?
No.
You can. It's like imagine a sage wall. Will it's like that.
Okay, that's fine.
It's an ability.
Oh yeah.
Brother, I've been loading into Rust this whole time, and I'm so pissed off right now. That's fun, yeah.
And that pretty much does it for all the topics.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Thanks heaps for listening, everyone. I'm not sure, this might have been a shorter episode, might not have been. But yeah, thanks heaps for listening, thanks heaps for coming on, everyone. It means a lot.
Your mom.
And we'll be back probably in like 2 weeks. I don't know.
See ya, lads.
See ya, lads.